This
Hello.
conference will now be recorded.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What we discussed in the last session, we started with a case study, right? And we started with the module called login module. Yes. Now we'll see what is the difference between get and post. Get request and post request. Difference between get request and post request. Okay. Yeah. Look at this. Right now, it is a get request method because when you are calling from HTML, your method type is equals to you specified as a getter. So current request we are making to the server is get request, and of course when you make a get request, it will hit directly to the get method, do get method, not do post method, right guys? So of course, when it hit the get request and it goes to do get method and it will invoke the code inside the do get method. Yeah. And let us see first once again what is the do get request. Yeah. Here HR login. So if you look at this address bar, guys, if you look at this address bar, I'll just show you notepad. You just understand what the difference between get and post. Now I'll go back. I'll make this request as a post request. Method equals to post. Yeah. Let me run this and say HR and I will copy the address again and paste it in the notepad. Yeah. The second one is post. The first one is get. Guys, observe and tell me what is the difference between get address and post address. What do you see the difference? This is post request. This is the get request, guys. So in the get request, along with calling with login servlet, see HTTP localhost port number 8085 application employee web app login servlet, and along with calling servlet, it is passing login ID HR and password HR. The text box values which you entered, it's a posting in the address bar. So by attaching the values to the address bar, it is sending to the login servlet. It is sending to the login servlet. The second way, post request. In the post request, when you submit the values, it is going to the login servlet. Okay, and the values are not being attached. But in both the cases, the values are passing to the servlet, guys. In this case, it is passing the values to servlet. In the second case, also it is passing the values to servlet. But in the first case, it is passing through address bar. In the second case, it is passing the values through what do you call HTTP body. Internally, it is passing the values. So they are not visible. The values are not visible. The values are visible to the user. This is not secured. This is secured. So which is secured? Get or post, guys? Get is secured or post is secured?
Post.
Post.
Post secured, number one. The advantage of post is secured. And the second one is, in this way you can't pass large values. You can pass only short values. 255 characters max length you can do it. You can't do more than that. So there is a limitation of passing values in the first way. Number one, there is a limitation. Number two, there is a insecurity. So these all makes are get is not well suited for sending data. So name itself is there. You can understand when you say get, the get is for receiving, not for sending. Post means for sending data. Do remember, get for receiving, post for sending. In both the cases it is happening, but the difference is what? But the difference is post actually we supposed to use if you need to send data from client to server. Get you need to use when you want to retrieve data from server to client. Do remember these two differences, guys. When you make a post, it will call the do post method, but in the do post we don't have code now. That's what it is calling internally. Again, do get by passing the same request and response objects, this request and this response object to the post. In the post it is sending, guys. Am I clear? Am I clear? This is the difference between get and post, guys. Now the next point, guys, completing this get and post request, what I wanted to show you is in real time generally we don't print messages there itself by saying hi, hello, how are you. Our requirement is what? If the credentials are matching with something like HR, I rather than printing messages, I want to send my output to the next level page, next page, home page, HR home page, guys. How can we do that? That means I will create one home page inside the com.web new servlet, HR home page. This is the servlet, guys. HR home page is the servlet I have created. I'll remove the code. Remove this all. I'll remove this all. I'll remove this, guys. Do remember? Yeah. Listen. Listen carefully. Yeah. This is HR home page in which I will display some message. I mean, this all I will cut it from here. I will paste it here. Yes. I'll go back. I'll take this 3, copy, and because I must need response and out object. Yeah. This is the HR home page where you can design anything related to HR dashboard. Okay. What I want is when login credentials are successfully matching with the HR, then I want to navigate. Okay, to the HR home page, guys. HR home page. This page I wanted to navigate. Now the question is, how can I call other servlet from the current servlet? Okay, let me open and show you the book. Servlet chaining. Yeah, this is the way you need to understand, guys. When client make a request to the servlet, first servlet call the second servlet. If require second servlet, call the third servlet, guys. Like that, you can keep on calling each servlet from one servlet, current servlet to next servlet. At the same time, while calling from servlet 1 to servlet 2, there are two objects in each servlet, request object and response objects, right? These two objects you need to forward to the servlet. Then from there, if you want, again you call the third servlet, you forward the same request and response to the next servlet, guys. Because the same client request has to process it by many servlets. In that case, you need to use the same request object now among all the servlets. That is the reason we call this process as servlet chaining, guys. What do you call? Servlet chaining. So calling a servlet from other servlet, calling other resources from the current servlet is calling as servlet chaining process. In order to perform servlet chaining, there are two different modes, guys. Number one, there is a forward mode. Number two is include mode. Forward mode, include mode. What is the difference between include and forward? Guys, from the first servlet, if you are calling second servlet, the request will go to second servlet and the output will only include the second servlet and goes to the browser. Do you see the output of first servlet included? No, it is discarded. But in the include mode, what is happening? From the first servlet, it call the second servlet and it includes the second servlet output and first servlet output, then goes to the browser. So in the include mode, okay, two servlets outputs includes in the browser. Two servlets outputs includes in the browser, guys. Are you clear? So forward means only second, target servlet output will be displayed on the browser. In the include mode, both the servlets, current servlet, next servlet output also includes and goes to the browser, guys. Am I clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the question is, how can we do that? Boss, in order to make a navigation from one servlet to other servlet, okay, there is a interface called request dispatcher. In the request dispatcher interface, there are two methods, forward method and include method, as I said just before. How you want to call the next servlet, either forward or include. Okay, in the request dispatcher. So now tell me, if you have statement interface, there are two methods, update and execute query. How you called? You created object for statement interface. How you created object? Con.create statement. Similarly, request also interface, you can't directly create object. What are we doing? We are taking the request object and calling the method get request dispatcher. Guys, this is similar to like this. Statement st equals to con.create statement. So the create statement method creates the object of statement interface. Similarly, in the request object, there is a method called get request dispatcher. Okay, that creates object for what? Request dispatcher. That returns object of requested dispatcher. At the time, you need to pass the URL. Guys, you need to pass what? URL of the destination to which you want to call, to which servlet you want to call. The destination URL has to be passed. Do remember this point. So I hope am I clear how to call the, how to create the object of request dispatcher? Yeah. Once the request dispatcher object is created, using object you can call forward method or you can call include method. You can pass request and response objects as per your requirement. Yeah, the process will do that. Okay, guys. Now, if HR and HR are matching, I need to call this URL pattern. Yes or no? This URL pattern I should call, guys. So what I am doing is, inside the if condition, I will create request dispatcher object. What is my request object? Request dot get a request dispatcher. In that you pass this, guys. Control Shift O. Okay, to pass this rd dot forward. I use forward. Yeah, I use forward and I pass request object. I pass response request object and response object. Is that clear, guys? Request dispatcher object I am creating by using the method of get request dispatcher and a URL pattern where you want to call, which servlet you want to. I pass that particular servlet a URL pattern. It will call that in the form of forward request. Let's run the code and see, is it calling or not? HR. See, welcome to HR homepage. Welcome to HR homepage. Okay, guys. So that means you are able to successfully call the servlet or not? I am calling this HR homepage servlet or not, guys? Calling this from the login servlet? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now
Yes, sir.
you clearly understood? Yes. Now similarly, okay, if successfully HR is called, you are navigating to the servlet called HR homepage. What if it is not successfully authenticated? So you just do one thing, call this here. And which servlet or which thing you supposed to call? Because when the credentials are not matching, then you give the option to enter the credentials again. So login dot HTML. Login dot HTML. You call login dot HTML. Is that clear, guys? So see, while calling servlet, don't give any extension. Do remember, guys, don't make a mistake of giving .java. Servlets are called with URL pattern. Do remember, URL pattern always doesn't contain any dot extensions. Okay, but when you are directly calling HTML web resources, then you must specify the extension. Now tell me, is it forward or include? What do you want? This request, second request is forward request or include request, guys?
Include.
Okay, let us understand. First we'll continue. Let me run the code. Sure. It's everything is fine. If I give Pasha, see, again you are getting login page, correct? In order to enter the details, but you must get that message also, right? You must get the message, sorry, invalid credentials. Then you get the login.html. Why you are not getting this message, guys?
Forward.
Yes, because you said forward. In the forward, what happens? Destination output only will be displayed, guys. This is important. Everybody catch this point. Okay, now everybody catch this point. Difference between include and forward, guys. See, once you say login.html forward, it will only display login.html. It won't display your message. If you want your message to be displayed, you say include. Okay, na? All right. Now let me run this again. See the output. HR homepage. See, guys, I'm also getting sorry message. I'm also getting login for entering the details. If you make mistake again, it will again say sorry. It will let you to enter the values again. Now if you say HR, it will go to the welcome page. Guys, these things you need to become perfect. So how many of you are confident of this code? Let me know, everyone, one by one. Up to now, whatever we discuss, know whatever discuss, you should be clear. This is the main key point in servlet, guys. There is nothing left in servlet. Almost you can understand servlet concept is over except session. Except session concept, one small concept that we'll discuss. Now, this is the thing you need to understand in the servlet. In future, what we'll do is we'll add some JDBC code in order to shape into the real-time mode, but not servlet concept. Servlet concept, these are the concepts you should be clear for the servlet. How many of you are confident on all this code? First, let me know. Everyone. Guys.
So can you explain little bit the HTTP servlet and generic servlet again a little?
Okay. Yeah. Others. Guys, I am asking who are confident in this code.
Yes, sir. Bitcoin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Akshay. Okay, me here. If any doubt, raise. Otherwise, say okay. Everyone.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Praveen. Mehir, okay. Santosh, guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Can you tell me the difference, Santosh, Maram? What is the difference between get and post? What's the difference between get and post? Santosh, Maram. Hello? What is the difference between get and post request? Santosh, Maram.
Sir,
Yeah.
like
Get and post.
post like used to send data to the server, and like get is used to request data.
From the server.
Yeah, from the server.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good. Bharat. Anything else? Bharat.
Ha, sir.
Yeah. Anything else about get and post?
Get carries the request from client to server.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Get.
Yes, sir.
Just now, Santosh told something else.
To transfer data from client to server.
Is that get or post?
I think the get and post both sends the transfers the data from client to server, and the main difference of the get is
Akshay? Yeah. Akshay?
Yes, sir. The get post says that what we want to retrieve from our servlet, and the post what we are getting after we are inputting our data in the server.
Yeah. Why can't get is used to send the data to the server? Why only post is used to send the data to the server? Gosh.
It's secure. Post is secure because the get request it's attach all the data to the URL, right?
URL, not to the data, URL.
URL.
That's visible to the end user, so it is not at all secure. Whereas post is secured because the data is not attached to the URL to send. It won't be transport the data by attaching to the URL. Post will transport the data by attaching in the HTTP body inside. So it will not be visible. Guys, these technical terms has to be added while you are explaining clearly. Do remember these points. Go through the video, everyone. I want you have to be prepared well, okay, and follow it very seriously. I'm telling you guys, these only the points. Do remember, and whatever we learn in JDBC and servlet only we are going to mix in the next topic. There is nothing left in the servlets, guys. Do remember, code will increase, but the code is not new code. Do remember, from next class onwards, okay, only JDBC code included in the servlet. Yes ma, Samyukta, tell me.
Sir, in saying that is opposed to transport the data by attaching with the body of HTTP server. Am I right, sir?
Yes, HTTP servlet body. Yes, HTTP protocol body. In the HTTP protocol body, the data is carried in HTTP hypertext transmission control, right? Because in generic servlet, why are we not using generic servlet? Generic servlet is a servlet which can receive any type of protocols, HTTP, FTP, SMTP, any protocols. Okay, but when you are dealing with HTTP protocols, so rather than going with generic, then we can go with a specific HTTP only, so that you can save the unnecessary memory loss. Is that clear, guys? Whatever you require, that much space only you allocate in the memory. Now, why unnecessary extra memory to be used? Okay, so HTTP servlet can carry only HTTP request, whereas generic servlet can carry SMTP, FTP, file transmission control, everything. So that's what now we are dealing with HTTP. That's what we use, HTTP servlet only, which provides me do get and do post methods. Is that clear? So all these things you guys have to be clear with all the topics and technical terms, guys. I'm again telling that in the servlet, except session, there is nothing left. Everything is over. You believe me or not, everything is over in the servlet. You have to practice a lot with a better concentration only. Now I'm not going to do anything. I will include the JDBC code and I will add more features to the project. I'm going to work on project application perspective, not on the topic perspective. Topic is over. Request dispatcher is important, and request.get parameter is one more topic you need to understand, and one more topic is left that will discuss the HTTP session also. Later we can move to the JSP, but before we getting into JSP, I want you to add a registration page and many more things here, all CRUD applications, guys. So you have to practice again, I'm telling, and be clear with all the topics. Otherwise, whatever I teach, it's useless for you. Okay. So in the next session, now I'm giving you break. In the next session, if you are clear with all these concepts, basic concepts, in the next session, what I'm going to discuss is, I will tell you, I will add the JDBC code. Okay, I will add the JDBC code. Okay, attach the JDBC code in the project. I will attach all the layers in MVC, all the layers. You will see many layers in the project, so don't get confused. So first you get ready with this program, then we can attach the JDBC code. And why are we adding JDBC code means, when you want to validate, when you want to authenticate many employees, HR is only one employee, right? For example, So specific code. I don't want like this. I want some employees. Employee means not only one person. There are many people, right? In that case, we need to take the help of database, guys. So I'm not talking about the new concept. I'm just going to attach with the JDBC to talk with the database and take the help of authentication. So that part will be done in the next session, guys, if you are already understood this, or if you are okay, if you want me to continue, I will also add the JDBC code now itself. What do you say, guys? Will you practice and come back tomorrow, or shall I continue with the JDBC also? There will be more code added. So shall we do it tomorrow, or shall I do it today itself? What do you say, guys?
Sir,
Hello?
could you
Yes.
explain why we write do get inside the
Sorry.
post method?
What, ma? Very good question. I'll explain. Sure. Okay. You are asking me. I hope you are asking me why do get is calling inside the do post. That is the question, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So see, when you are developing a servlet, you should be in a position to respond for get request and post request both, ma, because you never know which client is calling with what request. Suppose one client may call with post request, other client may call with get request. So your servlet should be responsible to call with both of requests. If any, suppose if you write only one get or one post, then what happens? If anybody is calling with post, your servlet cannot be respond. If you write only get, for example, not post, then your servlet will be only respond for get, not for post. So I don't want to do like that my application, guys. Now Airtel site, if you have, there are many clients responded to the Airtel site in order to recharge. Paytm, quick charge, recharge, okay, easy recharge. There are many third-party sites calling the Airtel original official site. Yes, ma, Samyukta, you're understanding my point. So many clients are making a request to the original site. You will recharge Airtel through directly Airtel, or you recharge through Paytm, or you recharge through quick recharge, easy recharge. Many sites are there, right? Or you are booking the railway tickets or flight tickets from many third-party vendors, right? So the original site is called by many third-party vendors. So you never know. For example, Paytm is calling get or post. We never know. Okay. So like that, MobiQuick also maybe calling Airtel site. So maybe get request or post request. So you should make sure that if client call get, I am ready. If client call post, I am ready. But you don't tell client, boss, you only call with post, you only call with get. You cannot say like that, no? Can you say like that? Boss Paytm, if you are calling me, okay, you only call post. Okay, boss MobiQuick, if you are calling me for recharge, okay, for your clients, only you call me post. No, I can't say. I will give option whether you call get or post. That's your choice, your data, your wish. Either you want to secure or don't want to secure. But I am preparing my website in such a way that it can handle both the requests, get and post both. Samyukta, are you clear?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Yeah, this is the way you need to. So now if anybody calling post request, it will go to post. If anybody calling get request, it will go directly to the get. In the post, there is no code. Again, get call is there. So indirectly it is coming to this code only. So I'm converting, I'm redirecting myself here. Okay, guys. So this is the application and request dispatcher. You should understand why I'm using request dispatcher and which situation I'm using what mode, include and forward. When the include, when the forward. Guys, you need to understand very clearly all this. And tomorrow will add JDBC code in order to test all employees, and also will put a work on a registration part also. Am I clear, guys?
Okay, sir.
Is that okay? Chalo,
So,
go ahead and practice. Yes.
excuse me, sir. Then, can I know what is the difference between like service and do get do post? When we use service, is there any advantage? I mean, if we directly use service, but instead directly use service, we use do get do post, right? Then, is there any
No,
advantage?
sir. See, you see, in the servlet, you have many methods. In the servlet interface, only service method. So directly you can call service. Okay. So service method can be called directly, or after getting this HTTP protocols along with the do get and do post and many methods, you have service again. I already told this. Even you don't write service, first service only called by the container. Container only always calls service. Either you write the service or you write the do get, there is no difference, guys. Is that clear? In the
Yes.
service also, if you look at it, HTTP protocols is there. But once you look at this is not public, this is protected. That is only the drawback. It's a protected. For child methods, it's okay. For child classes. Okay. There is a public service or protected service also. No problem. Either you call service or do get do post, but generally when you are using HTTP servlet, it is better practice to go with the do get or do post. Okay, either you are directly going to the method which is being called, or you are going to the next method which is called by service. No issue.
It's depend
Okay.
on what we extending, right, sir?
Yes, what we are extending. In HTTP only you have a chance of do get and do post. Okay. In other one you don't have do get do post. Directly you will call in a service. But here also what happened? First service only called. Service will decide either do get or do post based on what request you are making. Okay, na?
Okay. Internally by default it's calling service, and service direct to the do get or do post, right?
Here.
Yeah,
This diagram.
internally it's called, then
Yes.
it direct to do get or do post,
100%.
right? According to the request. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we call them as a life cycle method. These are the life cycle methods.
Okay.
Internally you go with the do get or do post, that's a different case. Okay.
Okay. Then what is the super class of the servlet? I mean the HTTP servlet is the child class, right, sir?
Subclass of the
The HTTP servlet is the generic one, right? Generic, and the topmost
generic
one.
servlet child. Yeah, child of generic. Yeah,
Then
child of generic.
what is the topmost
Interface is top. Interface. Servlet interface.
servlet interface, right?
Servlet interface. Yes, see. Servlet interface is the
Interface.
topmost.
It's implement generic
Generic servlet.
servlet, then generic
Yeah.
servlet extend the HTTP servlet, right?
HTTP is the
The
yeah.
child zone.
Yeah,
Okay.
hierarchical.
Okay, that is the
Sorry.
hierarchy, right?
Multi-level.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Why we don't use servlets? Because if you implement servlet interface, all the methods you have to override. All the methods are abstracts, right? But actually we need only one method mandatory, right? So why should we worry about all the methods? Even you don't require, you need to override all the methods. That's the drawback. So that's what we never touch directly with the interface. We go with the generic servlet if you want to, because it's already implements. Okay. Recently added HTTP servlets. So it's better to go with HTTP servlet.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Now it's good.
Sure. Okay, guys. So I hope you got it good. And waiting for tomorrow, everybody should respond properly. And I will attach more layers tomorrow with the database. That is most important, guys. Okay. So see you tomorrow, guys.